Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing slash review. As you see, I have Wave 5 of Transformer Combiner Wars figures here. Today, which one am I going to do? It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Thank God I am off of work. It's been a hell of a week. But I figured I'd go ahead and do a video for you guys. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, blah, 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 blah. There's no randomization in this, actually. This is the guy that I'm wanting to look at. He's probably one of my favorite ones out of the pack. So that's who we're going to be dealing with right now. We're going to put these other dudes off to the side. I'll get you guys video reviews of those up soon. Alright, so starting off, as we look at the packaging, we see we got Mirage in here. And we've got the comic book behind them. All the figures are coming packaged with a comic book now. Now Mirage is a redo of the G1 version for Combiner Wars. So he'll be a limb for whatever Gestalt you may put together. We'll see here at the packaging. We'll flip it over here. On the back side we have the rendering of him in his vehicle mode and his robot mode here, as well as having him as a arm for whatever the mystery Gestalt may be called. Now up in the top left hand corner we do have a very small bio. The bio reads, "Put the cloaking power of Mirage in the hands of a combiner and look out. There's 30 tons of steel sneaking up behind you and walloping you with a punch that you can't see coming. The Decepticons won't know what hit them." Mirage looks really cool. He's really just a repaint of Drag Strip from the Stunticons. But I was always a big fan of the character as a kid, so was really excited to get a more up-to-date kind of version of him with the elbows and knees and whatnot. Now that we've taken a look at him in the package, I'm going to go ahead and bust this guy open so we can take a look at the figure. And I'll be right back. Alright, so upon opening the package here and removing all the shoplifting little rubber bands and whatnot, this is what we're going to get figure-wise. Now the toy is also going to come packaged with a little small comic book here. Let me scoot him out of the way and pan back so we can kind of see it. There's the comic book. It's just kind of has an illustration of a Mirage on the front there. It looks like he's running through some kind of explosion or something. And then on the back, they show him again in the robot mode and the car mode. And they have a extended bio for the figure. I'm not actually going to read all this stuff or flip through the comic. If you're interested in that, you're going to have to pick up the toy and check it out for yourself. Or I'm sure there's probably scans or something on the internet that you could look around for it. So we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. There's no need for that. Now he's also going to come packaged with an instruction manual. And typically I do go ahead and fan the instruction manual by for you guys to kind of see what that looks like. So we'll go ahead and fan that by the camera real quick for you guys. I don't know. I don't get big into the instructions. Real men don't use instructions. Just kidding. Didn't mean to offend anybody. So that's one side of the instructions. The instructions are dual-sided. It looks like they're going to call the combiner with the Autobots Optimus Maximus. I won't actually be displaying mine like that, I don't believe. I'm going to have them loose on the shelf amongst the other Combiner Wars. But that's how we're going to create the limb modes with him. So we get the instructions out of the way and we're back to the good part. Alright, so we're back to the toy. Now pan down here so you can see the toy. They did pretty well with the toy. You see the head sculpt is very much like Mirage. I think is in the G1 version, I think he had a little younger face. He's looking a little older in this one. But overall, it's a pretty good figure. See how it looks there. We'll spin him around. Check out the side. That's the back of him there. He has the same 62 that he used to have and the Autobot logo there. And he has the circuit racing on the side like he used to have back in the day. So that's what we get there with the figure. Now, if memory serves me correct, he gets the exact same gun that Dragstrip had. Of course, it's going to be painted silver instead of purple in this case. Now, it actually doubles as a gun sword type thing. You can display it like that, or you can flip it around and display it like as an actual sword. So I don't really use these very much. Take that off to the side, and then of course they're coming with the typical foot pedal slash hand thing. Now this is actually does have two different colors. It's going to be a little higher, as you can kind of see the light cutting off of it. It's going to be more of a chromey kind of paint job up front, and then towards the back is going to be like a duller primey kind of gray, and the hand inside of it is actually going to be the same color too. It's that darker gray. Now the way these work, there's just a little tab right here that you just kind of click it with your finger, and it's going to let you click it with your finger, and it'll pull all four of the robot fingers for the Gestalt out. This one's actually a little tricky to get a hold of, but as you see there, you get that. And then this back side here, you're just going to kind of bring it up like that. And then the thumb actually works on either side. So if I did it on this side, it would be a left hand. Then you can flip it over the other way around. And in that case, it'd be a right hand for that. And then of course the foot mode is already like that. You just lay it out. That's a back heel spur kind of, and the front there. And if you wanted to, even though they're kind of big and look crazy, you can use them as like a hand cannon for the characters, like that. So in my case, I'm just getting some extra foot pedals. I may actually use them for Superion or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, since I'm not going to be putting them in a combined mode. So we'll pull that off and put it out of the way. And we're going to look at the figure again here and kind of talk about some of the articulation with the figure. Now, articulation-wise with this guy, you can get there's a lot of different joints on him, so you can get some pretty interesting poses out of him. He's going to be really posable. We'll start at the head here. The head, actually there's no, oh, mine is just a little stiff here. So you will get 360 degrees of rotation out of the head here. And at the arms, he's going to have some up and down pivot, of course, because you're going to have to put the arms down to transform him. Shoulder wise, you can get it up like that. You're not going to hit 360 degrees on the shoulder here though, basically because of that little shoulder flare. At the arm here, there is a pivot like right about the, or excuse me, there's a little joint here right at about the bicep, so you can get 360 degrees out of that. And of course he also has that elbow right there, and they got this hollow spot for the hands, but I don't know, the way I have them displayed, you shouldn't see it very well. Now the other arm is going to have the same range of motion. You'll be able to get it up like that. You're not going to get 360 degrees again because of that flare up here. You're not going to get 360 at the shoulder. At the bicep, you'll have a little joint there that you can rotate the bicep around 360 degrees, and of course it'll also have an elbow joint there and the same hollow spot due to the hand folding in. Now at the legs, we're going to move his arms up out of the way here, have him praising to the sky. At the legs, you'll be able to get them all the way up. You can pivot it here. You'll have 360 degrees of pop off. You can get with the leg all the way up though. You can rotate it pretty well. You can almost get 360 degrees out of it. As you see, there's another little joint here right about the thigh area. You'll be able to spin that around 360 degrees. And at the knee section here, you'll have a knee, of course. So you'll have that out of the one leg. And on the other leg, same scenario. You're going to be able to get it all the way up. Just about right at this joint here, you'll get almost 360 degrees. It'll kind of stop at some point though, because it's kind of triangular here. And the thigh again is going to have that 360 degrees of rotation, and of course that leg will also have a knee joint. So you can get some kooky kind of poses out of them there, I guess, or some cool stuff. All right. So with all of the since we've talked about the joints and the weapons, we're going to go ahead and turn this guy into his vehicle mode. Now, it's going to be exactly the same as how drag strip was. I believe the first thing we do is we just turn his head around so it's facing the back of the character like that, and then we're gonna this back section here, this car or the front of the racer, you're gonna have to, it tabs in here, so you're gonna have to pull it loose from the tab. Then you'll have the option to rotate it like that. So you're just going to rotate it out flat and lay it down over the front of the character. Now there's also some tabs up at the front of the racer that'll kind of peg into his shoulder, so that you'll be able to close it up nice and tight there. Now, there we go. Now the arms are going to be real simple. The first thing we're going to do with the arms is right here at the hands, you're just going to flip those in. You're going to do the same thing with the other hand. You're going to flip it in, close it up. And I think we wait to push the arms in until we get the legs situated. Now the way the legs go, you're actually going to swivel around so that you end up with the car with the parts kind of facing like that. These legs are just going to tab together like that. You just kind of push them together, and then they're going to push right up to connect with the rest of the car. And once you have that put together, all you'll do with the arms is just kind of at the shoulders here, you're going to kind of push them back into place. Okay, so I actually should have waited for the legs. We'll pull those back out real quick. We'll go ahead and put the arms down to the side, make sure they're good and secure there, and we'll push the oh, there we go. We'll push the back up. Now you're gonna have to make sure that there's, if you can see it here, there's like two wings on the legs. Now these wings are actually gonna go over the arms here, so you have to make sure it's lined up properly. You get it up like that. It goes over the arms and they're all in place. Then you just tighten it all up there, and you have Mirage in his F1 racer mode. Now you can also display the weapons on this guy. You have, as far as displaying weapons on him, there's a little tab at the front of the foot here. You can do like that to set it on top of the vehicle, like that. You can also, you can put it on the side, but it's going to limit the movement of your wheels here if you put it on the side. So I wouldn't advise doing that, I don't believe. And looks like that's going to be the only options for the big cannon to do. And then the little side gun, you can do it like that and have it cocked off at the side like that. Or you could put it on the other side and have it doing the same thing, just on the opposite side. So I'm not actually going to be using it, I don't believe. Now as far as the car, mine is don't know if I've got it all together properly. Maybe I've missed some pegs or something, but the wheels on the back touch the ground. The front ones don't touch as easy. Maybe if I was on carpet or something like that, the wheels would move better, but it just kind of seems like the front, the nose of the vehicle is kind of tilted up a little bit, I believe. That's what you get vehicle mode wise though. I'm gonna bring it up here. Let's take a look. That's the top of the car, side of the car, the front of the vehicle, the other side of the vehicle, and of course the back of the vehicle with all the tabs and stuff. Now real quick, I'm going to show how to do his limbs, even though I'm not going to be using those, I don't believe. To do his limb mode is going to be super easy. This front right here, you're just going to pull it loose. Pull it loose, push it down here. I would prefer to keep mine like that, I believe. But there's options. You can turn it around, put it back down, tabbed in again right here, if that's what you choose to do. But I actually, I think it looks cooler with it flared up, kind of like that. Now on the back side, the head section, you're just gonna push it. Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot about it. It's been a while. So the head just kind of pushes down out of the way, and then you'll be able to grab this. Now this is going to be your connector point for the limb modes. And I guess to start off, since the head is out of the way here, or I guess it would be recommended to do like that so that you can get the head out of the way. Yeah. So for a leg mode, we're going to push it straight up here, and then you just, you're basically at leg mode already. At the bottom here, you got a tab. You're just going to go ahead and tab the foot pedal in. So that's what you'll get as far as a foot. That's what Hasbro is advising you to do as far as a foot for the character. Now me personally, I like to give my Gestalts a little bit of height, so I'll just pull the arms out, stretch those legs out, and just push the arms right back down to the side. So like this is how I have a drag strip displayed with my Stenicons, you know, just to give the Gestalt a little more height. And the little connector here will just tab in with whatever your torso toy is that you're using for the torso of your Gestalt. Now for the arm mode, we're going to push this, push the legs back down here. I'll show you the Hasbro advised modes and show you what I do. So we got it all back together. Arm mode, you're just going to move this tab down to the side, and we're going to put the, we're going to go ahead and get the hand situated first. So we'll flip it around to have it as a hand mode here, like that. So now it's ready for a hand. You just put it right back in that same spot you put it in for the foot. So that's what Hasbro is advising as an arm for the Optimus Maximus Gestalt. Now again, since I like to stretch my characters out, I pull those arms out and just pop the legs out and put the arms back to the side. Now, as far as movement wise, you may have to, usually to get a better range of motion, you'll kind of turn that sideways, and you may have to come up with something for the arms here like that, if you're going to do my method of extending an arm. So that's how I would do my arm mode, I believe, or I'd flip or get the arms back a little bit or something. I just like to extend them out. It makes the Gestalts a lot taller and more menacing. So that's how I would do my arm mode, I believe, for Optimus Maximus. So we'll put them all back together here in his car mode. Take that foot pedal off. Close it up. Yeah, I'm a real big fan of the Combiner Wars series. These guys are pretty easy to transform and everything, but they still look really articulated and look cool. So we'll close this guy on up here. Alright, and he's back together. So there he is in the vehicle mode again. Alright, well that concludes the unboxing / review for Transformers Combiner Wars Mirage. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to another Transformers unboxing. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to stay tuned to my channel for more unboxings in the near future. We of course still have 3 more toys to unbox and review for the Wave 5 of Combiner Wars. Alright, thanks again for the view guys. Casual706, out.